don't really like rock or it's just a personal thing.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's cool. All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Asian Blokes podcast. You can see that the person next to me is not Dan, unless, you know, we put Dan in a Chinese transformation machine or whatever. But no, I'm joined here today by the very wonderful and my very good friend. Well, I think we're good friends. Are we good friends?
Depends on how you define good friends.
I don't know. Well, someone I've worked with a lot at the very least. I'm here today joined by Angel Zhao. Welcome, Angel.
Hi. Thank you.
So do you know what we're doing here today?
So we're just gonna like listen to some music and I guess that's it.
Yeah, so well, before this will probably be the first time that our viewers will see you, unless I decide not to release this video because it's crap.
Which is likely.
No, it'll be all right. But no, I've worked with Angel on a lot of different projects and current projects. You're an actress that I've known for like what, 6 years now?
Yeah, like 5 to 6 years. Jesus. You were like 30. Sorry,
way to give my age away.
Sorry.
I'm like halfway. I'm halfway through my life now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Wow. Yeah. But what drew me to bring you on here, well, aside from we were doing some work here at my house, but I thought, you know, you're also quite well versed in music. Am I correct on that?
Well, I did some music when I was little. I used to study the piano like every Asian kid. Yeah, but I did it for like 12 years until year 12. And I also play this Chinese instrument called Pipa, like a Chinese lute.
Oh, yeah.
For a few years. And also percussion, guitar, and some singing.
So you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Well, yeah, I would say I like them, but I'm not professional. Yeah.
I mean, you know a lot of stuff. I'd say that's pretty professional. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. If you showed me a fair bit of music that you listen to, and you are working on a few different things. What would you say do you have a particular style of music that you gravitate to or that you want to write?
Yes and no. Like I don't really know what I like, but I know what I don't like. Yeah. I listen to a lot of like soft songs or like I don't really like rock or it's just a personal thing. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool. All right. So I brought Angel here because I thought it might be good to I like music. I'm not very music literate. I'm definitely not as musically talented as you. I used to play the saxophone in high school, but I gave that up because I was pretty shit at it. But, you know, I wanted to do more stuff about music that is not just K-pop all the time with Dan. That just kind of makes us look like Uncle Pervs pretty much. But now it's like, yeah, there's a lot of music that I want to talk about and have like someone that has, you know, a general sense of music. I mean, I do have Risky, but Risky is a bit too shy, so he won't come on. You might have heard his voice on one of the episodes. That's if you listen to us. It's okay if you don't. That's fine. We're pretty boring to listen to, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's
but
all right.
Yeah, no, it's just like I originally pitched you the idea of showing you some Gen Z mumble rap and you guessing the lyrics, but I didn't want to be the guy that's just like, oh, you know, old music. Like, yeah, I actually want to. I'm curious to hear your opinion on some newer music that I just like. It's pretty chill, so I kind of just thought this would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
So this first song is Addiction by one of my more recent favorite Japanese bands, Hitsujibungaku.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. How's that sound?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, this is a band that I discovered during COVID, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just recommended to me. Yeah. Yeah, I quite like there's something quite
quirky about it.
Yeah. I'm a big sucker for music videos that show a lot of equipment.
Yes.
And maybe you might see our setup is just my equipment on the table.
Yeah.
And they're like using iPhones and Sennheiser mics. There's something quite lo-fi about it. Yeah. It's kind of like, how would you describe this music just from an initial standpoint?
I actually like it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, when I listen to the tune, it's quite free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's upbeat. It has like its rhythm and beats, but then like the tune's melodies, it has its freedom, and I really like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's the musical literacy that I don't have. For me, it's like, I definitely get the freedom aspect of it. A lot of their music kind of sounds like this. It sort of had this like shoegaze, if you're familiar with that genre, shoegaze, where it's more dreamy, ethereal, slow melodies. But this one is a bit more upbeat than the usual stuff. But yeah, it's cool. I think this is like their second single, of their latest album, which came out like last year. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hope we can actually release this, because usually Japanese songs they get copyright struck instantly. So we'll see how we go. That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just mute them or something.
But it's such a good song. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
Mm.
You know, like the drama reminds me of The Ring. I don't know if we can say that. Is it the fact that she's covering her?
Yeah, you can say that. It reminds you of The Ring. That's fine. She's covering her face. I think it's kind of a vibe that she's going for. Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of a band that is like, they're fairly popular in Japan, but not that popular in the West, except for they have an opening song for like an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, which I haven't watched. But that's their More Than Words is their most popular song. Yeah. But I actually like this song more than that one. Yeah. I really like their music videos. So generally they're very like, very dreamy, very like this like color grading, the Japanese look, as we call it, like very soft lighting, but it's also, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. That was you earlier when you were trying some directions. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
That's cool. What do you think of the song, basically?
Oh, okay. I'll have to think about it. So you can like edit the part.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
I don't know. I can't really describe it. It reminds me of you know how like Japanese have their like style of fashion, Harajuku, and there's a bit like gothic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It is not, but then somehow the music video gives me that vibe somehow. Yeah,
it's kind of like the Japanese rock chick vibe. Yeah,
it is.
You see a lot of that. There's quite a few movies in the mid-2000s. Is there a lot of this style of music like back home in China?
Yeah, and also like the voice of the singer. It's quite like, I don't know the word. Can I use like spiritual?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. No, you can't use spiritual. What about Bandit? Yeah.
Nah. I like her. I like her voice, and it reminds me of some of like the Chinese music that I listen to as well. Like there's it's a good combination of like a very like sweet spiritual voice, but then a more like a rock style upbeat music in the background. And
it's interesting that you said it's reminds you a lot of the Chinese like style of music. Is there, because this is a probably a Western inspired sound, in a sense that there's a lot of louder sounds. It's a rock sound. It's more, I guess there's that kind of freedom aspect of it. So is it like, it has that Western influence, but it also doesn't feel very Western.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Why do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I don't really know the reason, but sometimes I feel like for Western songs, for example, the voice can be more distorted, and a lot of the times I feel like, they are also upbeat, but the tempo can be more fixed somehow, so that you hear them a lot in the pubs, in the clubs, in the gym, so that people can dance with it. It's more catchy. I don't know if it's correct. It's just how I feel. I
don't think there's a correct way to interpret music.
Yeah, like for there's Japanese songs, and for the Chinese songs that it reminded me of, like a lot of the times it's like what we were talking about last time. So it sounds like the voice is really clean. It sounds as if there's not much production or like editing, but then it's actually quite hard. Yeah, and you hear the authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the authenticity in their voice, and I sometimes feel like there's more like personal quality, which you can hear from their voice, as opposed to some of the Western pop songs. But it's also different nowadays. I like some of the.
Are you in a way word saying that a modern Western pop song is not very good?
No, I like them. I like them.
I was trying to bait you there. That's all right.
Yeah.
You dodged the bullet.
No.
That's okay. I don't think people that listen to that music listen to our podcast anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it's fine. No, that's cool. All right, we're gonna move on to our second and last song that I'm curious. So we're moving into a bit of a different territory with this one. So this is a new band. Oh, well, they're about 9 years old now. Yeah. And they apparently topped Taylor Swift for a little bit on the Spotify viral charts for a change, which was interesting. But we're going to America. So this is an English song. This is Knocked Loose, Suffocate, featuring Poppy.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you're not a big fan of rock music.
I was going to say, this is a type of the music I don't really listen to myself. Yeah. Doesn't mean that they're not good, just a disclaimer.
That's all right, yeah. Yep. So, do you know what he's saying?
Suffocate!
Yeah, there you go. He said suffocate. So, this kind of music it's definitely intense. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's interesting that you said, like, it's not your kind of music, but you can still acknowledge that there's a quality to it. Do you think there's a quality to this song that you can hear so far?
You know what? Shall we like pause for a minute, because I can't even hear my own voice. Oh wait, I want to hear it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is Poppy. She makes music like this.
Wow.
But has more like cleaner vocals usually. Yeah.
Burdened by our connection.
There you go. It's more legible.
She has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, no, she's a good singer. Yeah. I think you are enjoying this song more than I expected you to.
Yeah. I like the music video somehow.
Oh,
it's also like gives me like wow.
So we can talk about it a bit more.
It's like a cult or like a coven.
Oh yeah. It's very witchcrafty. Yeah. Right, the song is not that long, so it's like, yeah. I think this kind of music can't be super long.
Yeah.
There you go. That was Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
Of their latest album, critically acclaimed album.
Yeah.
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 You were talking about the music video. I'm interested to hear what you liked about it.
Yeah. So like I said, it reminded me of the coven, like the witchcraft and also like cult somehow. Because was that like a horse? I was gonna ask, was it like a unicorn? Because it gives me that vibe.
It might be a unicorn. I don't remember. Just like a white horse. I think,
or like a white horse. But like it's quite like, again, like gothic but dreamy. And it's hard to do stuff like that because you don't want to hurt your voice. And also, I mean, like, I remember when I was younger, I was watching this Chinese reality show, and there was this guy with like a similar style of singing voice.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah, and then he was quite popular back then, and he won some like awards across the world. And I never got it when I was a kid because I didn't know. I just couldn't understand, and all the judges were like, "Oh, that's really unique. That's really unique, and that's very you can feel that they are saying something." And like personally, I wouldn't like really listen to them because it can give me heart attack. I'm quite like sensitive and and I'm more like introverted. But I'm just like quite impressed about how they can actually do it in that way, because like you only have like you have one voice and you don't want to like break your voice.
Well,
but
I think there's a certain they definitely have some form of vocal training to sing songs like that. Yeah.
Yes, and it's not just like the technique of singing. It's also like when it's like they are expressing something and you're like shouting, but at the same time you are in sync with all the like drummers and everything, and everyone, like the percussion, the guitar, everyone needs to be in sync. So they certainly do have like a really high requirements for their like technique. Yeah, and also I feel like for me, I generally don't have that much intensity, and I can't find it in myself that I want to express something so in that way or so intense. So I'm actually quite impressed whenever I hear these types of music, because I'm like, wow, you've actually got something to say, and that's impressive that you're saying that.
What do you think they're trying to say with this song?
Suffocate is the only word I understood, and
well, let's have a look at the lyrics, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, actually, when you mentioned before about that guy in China, I was going to ask you, like, is this a kind of band or song that would be popular over there? Because my opinion is no, but I might be wrong.
It's to the general public, maybe no, but I don't know. Maybe it's.
Do you think there's an underground scene?
Yes, it's more like underground. Suffocate.
Because I feel like there's probably a subsect of like very repressed Asians, probably me included.
Yeah.
Like, you know, listen to this because there's something.
I think so.
Because listening to you explain all that before, it's like there's something actually very refreshing and relaxing about the song to me, because it is so raw and intense and distorted that it's not clean at all.
Yes.
And the history of this band is that they started off sounding like this.
Yeah.
And then they had more mainstream like appeal.
Yeah.
But usually when metal bands become more mainstream, they soften their sound and go more pop.
Yeah.
But Knock Loose is like, nah, it's just, this is it.
That's
We're just going to get better.
That's good.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. Wow. And also like the way they, because the name is Suffocate, right? So the way they do it, actually, you can feel that's like suffocation.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like it's like they're in this like vacuum space and they want to break free. And yeah, it's quite impressive.
It's very interesting hearing you talk about, because like sometimes when it's as intense a band like this and you don't like it, the response that I would probably get is like, I don't like it. Turn it off. That's it. But you know, you're the musical genius.
Okay.
So, like,
no, I am not. I can't really analyze stuff in a very like technical way. And I like personally, I don't listen to them. But then, it's because I like to listen to, as I told you, like more like.
They're like softer, like introverted stuff.
Yeah, there is stuff. And when I listen to them, I feel like they speak to me because that's how I express stuff. I don't express it in an intense way. So when I listen to it, I find it interesting. I find it like, I'm like, oh, I actually envy that because you can do it that way. Even just for personality wise, you can feel the intensity, the energy within that group, and it's just a different kind of energy, and I really I envy that. I like that. But I still won't listen to it because it doesn't speak to me That's
it's a very diplomatic way of reviewing, but also like it's very interesting to hear. Let's go through some of these lyrics. I'm very curious. So suffocate, eclipsing weight, strangled by every mistake. The wind will hush your cries in the storm of your restless fate. That's actually really cool. Like just listening to it now. Cool. Yeah.
It does fit the witchcrafty vibe.
Well, a lot of their music videos, which maybe I'll get you to react to sometime in the future, is very much like it seems to be very horror, like indie horror film based.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. At the start, I kind of had like the goosebumps because I'm like, okay, is this like a thriller or something?
It's quite different from the first song that we reacted to. Let's maybe have a look at one more. Burdened by our connection. So this would be Poppy's verse. This is the clean one. Yeah. I long for separation in the waning glow. Every breath tries hard to escape. Your reign is over now. Have you found your grave? Suffocate. That's a very metal lyric. Is. And then the guy says, I will die until I find the fucking roots.
I'll dig. Is it? Yeah. I suffered because of you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. My eyesight's also shit as well. Yeah. But there's something of a beauty in metal lyrics that I quite like. Even though, and you're illustrating this to me now, just hearing you talk about it, it's quite it's not for everyone. And like, even though that it's not something that you listen to, there's still something that you can find that you can appreciate. Because I think these songs have generally like a depth to them. There's definitely a certain poetry to it, you know?
It is.
And like, I'm quite curious, like, I'm not sure if you would know this, but this kind of music is not really it's not what I thought would be popular with the youth these days. But this band is quite, like, a lot of their fan base is quite young.
Yeah, I feel like that's more like, because I thought it was going to be more popular among the youth because, like, you know, as I grew older, I feel like my my energy level just dropped, and I'm like, nothing matters that much. Whereas, you know,
that's pretty dark.
But like when you were like 16, and when you finally start to understand the world, you have so much you want to express, and there's like anger, suffocate, and then you can't. It just speaks to you as a younger person.
I think so.
And and the older you grew, the more cynical you became.
I still listen to a lot of pretty intense, but I mean, just on that note, you're saying, like, I think there is kind of a refreshing release of this anger because it is a very angry song, but I think the band themselves are quite straight-laced. They're not gronks, if you know what that term
No,
means.
not really.
It's kind of like they're not scumbags, basically.
Yes.
They're quite like, from what I've seen, they're just like fairly regular dudes that like to make metal. Regular dudes, yeah. And it might just be like a lot of younger people can attach themselves to this band because, I mean, living is hard now, man.
Yeah,
like,
it is. And also
cost
I feel
of living and shit. Yeah, damn.
For like metal people, like metal musicians, I feel like there is this like kid living inside them that's like trying so hard to like make it right, make everything right, and that's why they are expressing those through their music or their voice. And maybe that's what connecting.
I see. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, this is a very interesting conversation, but in the interest of time, I think we might have to wrap this episode up. I'd like to have you come back on and I'll show you. It's not always going to be, I'm just not going to tell you what I'm going to show you.
Sure.
It's just like, here's a song and then just react to it because like I actually found that very interesting to hear you explain your thoughts on this very metal band. Yeah.
But you have to like tell your audience or your followers or like whoever, you have to tell them I'm not a professional because I don't want people commenting that's not like professional analysis. It's just my personal view. Well,
you're a very intelligent young woman who has a very good view on these kind of things. So whether you see yourself as a professional or not, whether that's being self-critical, it was fun chatting with you. So, I mean, what does Dan say here? Yeah, follow us. What's the call to action? Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, or whatever platform
we do have a TikTok that I don't check, but Dan checks it. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff because I don't like marketing myself. I don't know why. But follow us on our stuff, which you can find on Linktree. I think we've got a Linktree. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. No, it was lovely to have you on the show, Angel.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to have you back on at some point whenever you're around and we're doing some work. And maybe you can show me a song as well and then I'll react to it. But like I have a far much less interesting take or whatever you show me. So people don't want to listen to a middle 30s guy talk about stuff these days. I'm not that interesting.
And I'm not going to say no to that. Nah, you're fun.
Oh, thanks, Angel. All right. But no, thanks, guys. If you enjoy this stuff and you want Angel to come back on, let us know. If you don't want her to come back on, let us know as well.
Yeah.
And then you'll never see her again.
Send a private message. I don't want to see the comments.
All right. But I think that's us. We'll wrap it up there. So, take care. Be safe. And if you're feeling a little bit angry, get knocked loose. But if you're feeling quite dreamy, listen to Hitsujibungaku, which we probably didn't talk about as much as we probably should have. But, they're both good bands. Listen to this music. It's cool.
Okay.
We'll see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.